this is a bit out of nowhere. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about Dijak. Dijak has literally put up on Twitter a big old response saying that his contract expires tomorrow, so the 28th of June, and from there he can start taking bookings with everyone. He's tagged Tony Khan, he tagged TNA. Wow, absolute wow. We will dive into this in just a moment, but before I do, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below on who you want to see Dijak go up against, what you want to see Dijak do in the future, and I'll try and apply to every single one of them as we dive into this. So Dijak is a key reason that a lot of people, I think, fell in love with NXT. Dominic Dijakovic, I think that was what he was called in NXT. He's had a lot of names. His matches with Keith Lee and Damian Priest, and I believe he had a banger against Roderick Strong as well. His match with Ilya Dragunov, one of my favourite matches in NXT. He was a staple of that brand, and he was so unique and so good. For a guy of his size, the presence that he had, I really loved sort of the aesthetic that he had now with the sunglasses, the chain. It was very 80s, very cool. And to see him gone from WWE after just getting called up to Raw is bizarre, absolutely bizarre. And I think we can look back on that and say, okay, we had our great matches, but there's so much more potential out there. So many matches, so many juicy, tasty opportunities for Dijak where he could slot in, and dream matches that he could have. I think the future is so exciting for Dijak, and that's what I want to talk about today. These are my 5 dream matches that I want to see from Dijak in the future now that he has gone from WWE. I think it's going to be super exciting. I think there's a lot of places he's going to benefit well from, and they will benefit from him. I'm really excited to speculate on some of this stuff. Now, little asterisk before I start the list. I haven't fully researched this, so some of these matches could have taken place. If so, just run them back again, and I can see those tasty boys. And the other one is, I haven't gone for like really obvious choices. I wanted to put Okada on there, I wanted to put Omega on there, I wanted to put Ospreay on there, MJF. But I thought, let's dig a little deeper. Let's find some sort of out-of-the-box names that maybe he could tangle it up with, and we'll go from there, you know? Because, you know, we want a bit of variety. And these are 5 matches that I would love to see. Coming in at number 5, we have Moose, the TNA champion. We all know this would be a banger. Let's be honest, Moose is so talented. He's doing great work in TNA at the moment. He's a really imposing big man, and pairing him up with Dijak could be so tasty. They both have athletic capabilities beyond their size. Like, they move like cruiserweights, but really they should be super heavyweights. And I think just tangling that up and having Dijak slot into that TNA World Championship picture, it's a really great move for him, and this would immediately deliver a banger. This would be a certified banger alert match. Coming in at number 4, we have one of my favourite wrestlers in the world who's going to be competing against Bryan Danielson this weekend. That's Shingo Takagi. Shingo is so quick, he is so aggressive, he's so hard hitting, that I think pairing him up with Dijak, who had that brutal match with Ilya Dragunov that went hell for leather, I think these two could really make magic and really create a fast-paced, frantic sprint of a match. Like, even if it had, maybe, I don't know, the New Japan television title involved, and it had that time limit, it would be insane. And I think giving them a longer stretch of match, this to me is a Wrestle Kingdom match. Takagi versus Dijak, and I want it to happen. I want it to happen so unbelievably badly. Coming in at number 3, we have someone who has soared to the top of New Japan Pro Wrestling and is one of my wrestlers of the year, and that is Gabe Kidd. I think Gabe Kidd is putting on banger after banger after banger this year. You know, he was in the big War Games-esque cage match in New Japan. He had the great match with Eddie Kingston. He had a great match with Kaito Kiyomiya in Noah. He is just putting on banger after banger, and they are hard-hitting, brutal affairs. Pairing him up with Dijak, the cocky, sort of arrogant swagger of Gabe Kidd going up against the stoic, stone-faced, take-no-shit Dijak, I think would just make perfect sense. That blend of character would work so well together. They would do great promos together. I think that's something that shouldn't be underestimated about Dijak. He's a great promo. And having these two tangle, again, like I just said, it could be a Wrestle Kingdom match. Dijak versus Gabe Kidd. Or, if you want to go even bolder, Dijak in Bullet Club War Dogs. Stranger things have happened. Coming in at number 2, we have probably one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And this man can do no wrong in my opinion. Every match he is in is a banger. He has everything. He has the look. He has the moveset. He has everything. And that is Konosuke Takeshita. AEW star, competing for the TNT Championship at Forbidden Door. Going to be competing in the G1 Climax. You can't tell me if you saw Donovan Dijak and Konosuke Takeshita on a marquee, on a match graphic, that you would not want to see that match. The counters, the explosiveness, the hard-hitting strikes of these two together would cause a mini earthquake, because they just hit so hard. They are so big, yet they are so athletic. I think of all the counters that could be done, somehow countering a Feast Your Eyes into a Blue Thunder Bomb, or just the insane striking battles that these two could have inside a New Japan or AEW ring. That to me is mouthwatering. It's a mouthwatering prospect, that match, and I honestly hope it happens in the G1. Maybe the G1 next year we get Dijak versus Takeshita. That's money, absolute money right there. Yeah, I would love to see this match so much. And coming in at number 1, we have my selfish pick. We have the one that I would just love to see because it could happen here, and that is Luke Jacobs. For anyone who doesn't know Luke Jacobs, I would implore you to go and check out some of his work. He is probably the best wrestler in the UK right now. I think he has an amazing blend of speed, of promo ability, of hard-hitting strikes, of innovative offense. He blends British wrestling with strong-style Japanese wrestling so well, and he's unique. He's one of the most unique characters and unique performers in the UK, and I think blending his style with Dijak's in hopefully a Rev Pro or a Progress ring, for me, that would immediately sell a ticket for me if I saw that on a marquee, because they are just fantastic. There's a reason why Progress were advertising Eddie Kingston versus Luke Jacobs, because Luke Jacobs is bubbling, and putting him in there with people like Eddie Kingston and Dijak and all of the above is just something that the British fans would love to see. Will it happen? I hope so. I really hope that Dijak does a tour of the Indies and does some stuff over in the US, does some stuff in the UK. There's a Rev Pro anniversary show coming up before Wembley. Let's see if we can make that happen. There's so much potential for Dijak. Now, I suppose Donovan Dijak. That was his name before. Yes, Donovan Dijak. There's so much for him, and the world is his oyster, if you will. I think there's going to be so much. He's going to be a megastar on the independents. I think it's just going to be explosive, and I really can't wait to see what he does going forward. But those are my 5.5 dream matches that I would love to see from Dijak. That's it. I think it's a pretty sick list. So Dijak, if you're watching, let's try and make these bookings happen, shall we? That'd be nice. But let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you want to see from Dijak? Let me know and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.